Every year, millions set goals, but here's the chilling truth: 90% of them fail. Think about that: 9 out of 10 dreams abandoned. The real question is, will you be part of the 90% or the 10% who win? This is why 90% of people fail at their goals and how genius is done. And today, I'll reveal the hidden reasons behind failure and the genius strategies that guarantee success. Why most people fail. Every January, gyms overflow, journals are filled with resolutions, ambitions are high, but within weeks, the crowds vanish, the journals collect dust, motivation fades. Here's the brutal reality: 90% of people never achieve their goals. They start strong, but they don't finish. Why? It's not because they're lazy, it's not because they're not smart, it's because the system they use is broken. Most people treat goals like wishes. They say, I want to get healthier, I want to make more money, I want to be happier, but vague dreams don't drive action. Without clarity, without structure, and without discipline, goals die quickly. And here's where fear comes in. When you fail repeatedly, you start to believe you're not capable. You stop trying, and slowly your potential shrinks. But geniuses, the top 10%, operate differently. They don't rely on willpower, they don't play guessing games, they build systems that make success inevitable. So, what do they do differently? Let's move into the genius blueprint: how geniuses succeed where others fail. 1. Geniuses turn goals into systems. Average people focus on the finish line. Geniuses focus on the process. If your goal is to write a book, don't obsess over 300 pages. Build a system, write 500 words every morning. If your goal is fitness, don't dream of abs. Build a system, 30 minutes of training, 5 days a week. Systems create habits, habits create results, and once results build momentum, success becomes inevitable. But systems alone aren't enough. You need clarity. 2. Geniuses define crystal clear targets. Here's why most goals fail: they're vague. I want to be rich, I want to be fit, I want to be happy. None of that means anything. Geniuses define their goals with precision. Not I want to make money, but I want to increase my income by $20,000 in 12 months. Not I want to be fit, but I will run a half marathon in 6 months. Clarity creates direction, and when you know exactly what you're chasing, your brain stops wandering and starts executing. Now, once the target is clear, there's still one obstacle. Most people quit when things get tough. That's where geniuses stand apart. 3. Geniuses anticipate resistance. Here's the secret nobody talks about: success will feel boring, hard, even painful. Most people give up when the initial excitement fades. They think, if it's this hard, maybe it's not for me. But geniuses expect the dip. They know resistance is part of the process. They train their minds to see obstacles as proof they're on the right track. And because they expect difficulty, they don't break when it arrives. They push through. And to keep going, they use one of the most powerful tools of all: accountability. If this is opening your eyes, imagine what your life would look like if you applied even one of these genius strategies. Here at 5 Minute Genius, I share practical tools to help you master focus, discipline, and success in every area of life. Take a second right now, hit that subscribe button, and join a community that refuses to be part of the 94. Geniuses build accountability into their lives. 90% fail because they fight alone, they hide their goals, they keep their struggles private. But geniuses surround themselves with accountability. They tell mentors, they share with peers, they track progress publicly. Because when your reputation or relationships are on the line, quitting becomes harder. Think about it: if no one knows your goals, no one cares if you quit. But if everyone knows, you rise to the occasion. Yet, even with accountability, the battle isn't over. Distraction is everywhere. That's why geniuses master focus. 5. Geniuses protect their focus ruthlessly. You can't succeed if your attention is fractured. Every notification, every distraction pulls you off course. Geniuses set boundaries, they schedule deep work, they say no a lot, they design their environment so that focus isn't optional, it's natural. While the 90% waste hours on meaningless noise, the 10% train their attention like a weapon, and that weapon wins them their goals. The urgency to act now. Let's step back. Why does all of this matter? Because every failed goal carries a hidden cost. Every time you quit, your belief in yourself weakens, your confidence shrinks, your potential feels further away, and soon you stop setting goals altogether. But imagine the opposite. Imagine using systems, clarity, accountability, and identity to crush your next goal. Imagine looking back 6 months from now stronger, wealthier, more confident, and realizing it all started with one decision to stop being part of the 90% and start thinking like a genius. Here's the urgency: time isn't waiting. Every day you delay, your dreams drift further. The world is full of distractions, and they're not slowing down. If you don't commit now, you may never commit. But if you start today, you join the rare few who finish, you build momentum, you build confidence, and success becomes who you are. The choice is simple. Will you keep repeating the cycle of failure? Or will you rise like a genius and step into the 10% who achieve what they set out to do?